Good evening. We are the Breakfast Club, and our project is Art for Safe Routes, and my name is Sonia Milton.
Good evening. My name is Steve Brassfield.
Hello, I am Bernie Narvaez.
And I am Jenny Gass. I'm really short. My name's Carrie Akemi Bazayev, and I'm going to share a little bit about the process and how we came about to selecting our project. So, coming together is the beginning, keeping together is the process, and working together is success. I'm really lucky to have our team of amazing individuals, and that was a quote by Henry Ford. In a short time, we learned about each other and what we had in common, what our strengths were, what our common interests were, and we really wanted to find a way to honor those strengths and find a way to give back to our community in a unique way. We were early risers, that was our definite commonality, and so we coined our team name as Breakfast Club. The process of selecting our project was really interesting, and we had these amazing, really large-scale ideas, but soon then we realized we needed to dial that back a little bit into something a little bit more manageable. And when we were meeting with MVTA, we had a variety of different concepts that we were proposing to them, and Kate Miller and Danielle Schmitz, shared a little bit about a need at Phillips Elementary School. We learned about sixth graders who had proposed a project to Napa City about adding sidewalks and lighting to improve their neighborhood and safe routes. And we were sitting there in the room. It's a really beautiful building, contemporary, large white walls with nothing on them, and a light bulb came on. We thought, why not create a safety lesson and an art project? And they really liked that idea. And it just so happened that they had a bike and walk event every year, and they shared that we could actually piggyback on that same event, which happens to be tomorrow between 10 a.m. and 12 noon, and do the art unveiling. So we went in and we met with Principal Matt Manning, and he shared that we would be meeting with our 3 third-grade classes of approximately 70 students.
So we arrived to a classroom full of 25 students, all excited and eager to see who we were and what we would be sharing with them. We knew that these students mostly lived in the school neighborhood, and this is a neighborhood without sidewalks or bike lanes for safely riding their bikes or walking to school. Our leadership group was determined to do our part to keep these 8 to 9-year-olds who were becoming more independent from their parents safe. We arrived with a clear objective, which was that students would leave knowing 3 safety rules for crossing the street as a pedestrian with 100% accuracy, and that knowledge would inspire a follow-up art piece. The regular classroom teachers graciously welcomed us into their classroom and turned the third graders' attention over to us. They stared with big eyes, clearly not sure what to expect. We introduced ourselves and explained why we were there. Fire Chief Brassfield immediately caught the attention of many students, lending some authority to our presence. We put the students at ease when we started by brainstorming safety rules they already knew about walking safely to school to activate their prior knowledge. They seemed to be relaxing and were proud to share what they knew. We read the book, Look Left, Look Right, Look Left Again by Ginger Pate. The students participated by looking at the pictures and even chiming in with some of the words. Students looked for road signs within the book as we read, and their hands shot up with excitement and little gasps could be heard across the room. After the book, students recalled rules from the book. They were excited to report some additional rules they'd forgotten that we added to the chart they had already begun to create. To ensure that we had met our objective, we asked the students to tell us 3 rules they knew about crossing the street safely. As leaders in Napa Valley, we felt confident that this time spent discussing the safety rules reinforced what the third graders need to do to stay safe while walking in their neighborhood.
The next part was the art. With the help of our local artist, Lauren Raybach, we were able to implement the art from what the students learned. I think was the most fun part, because as we distribute the colors and the paintbrushes and the paper, you can see the eyes and the smiles of the children filled with excitement, and the teachers. We saw kids from creating art very carefully to some all over the place. And it was fun because paint got all over my fingers and everywhere, and it was a really good process. One thing that we communicated with them was that art has no rules, and to really use creativity to create the art pieces that you see here behind me. And it was I feel blessed to have that experience with the students and the teachers, because it really filled them with excitement and knowledge they can use in the future.
So in reflecting back on this process and this entire season that we've been in, the last 9 months or so with Leadership Napa Valley, and as we grew and learned and developed as leaders, it was all about the process. It was all about the team. The team was not just us as a practicum group, but our cooperators, Napa Valley Transportation Authority, Phillips School, and the local artists, as was mentioned, and the group of artists in our community that helped inspire us to this vision of helping students and with their safety and how they get to and from schools. The stars, obviously, are the students. The artwork that they've done is amazing, and it'll be even more amazing when they get to see it tomorrow at our public event. But through group dynamics of forming, storming, norming, and performing, through communicating, through collaborating, through having a commitment to doing what's right for this community and this project with Safe Routes to School, we learned as a group what it's all about to be a team, how to operate well as a group, how to be better leaders, not just for ourselves, but more importantly for those that we're here to serve. And in this practicum project group, it was the children and their safety and how they can get to school safely. It's a program that the city's recognized in the past. We just took advantage of an idea already thought about, and hopefully added value to it.
It was quite a circuitous route to get to our project. I mean, we started with this great idea of let's provide light rail all the way up and down the valley. You know, let's get free internet for everyone. And we really honed it down to our shared passions of art, children, and transportation. And really, this is like part one. Part two is really tomorrow, and it's just interesting how that worked out. But tomorrow is Bike to Work, Bike to School Day, so remember that in your own lives. There are stations all over town to get water and refreshments. And what the Napa Valley Transportation Authority offered us was this amazing way to showcase the art. So you saw some of the pictures. 15 of the pieces of art out of about 70 from 3 third grade classes was enlarged, matted, framed, and hung in the building. And some of us who were there this week got to see some of that art. The kids don't know which of the 15 were chosen. The rest of the art, all the art will be displayed. The rest of the art is in a collage form in the rest of the building. So tomorrow morning, the 3 third grade classes will ride on a regular city bus. Most of them have never even been on a city bus, accompanied by Bernie and Steve, so they'll be really safe. And they will ride the bus to the Napa Valley Transit Authority site, where there will be other activities for Bike to Work, Bike to School Day. There'll be a program, they'll get refreshments, they'll get goodie bags, they'll get certificates, and they will be honored as artists with their work on this permanent, in this permanent collection. What really moved me were some of the comments from the teachers and the principal that I wanted to share with you. The Principal Manning, I know that they felt great about the special attention. Again, we just heard so many times that they don't get art, and this was something really so simple, but it's something that they don't really have access to. And from Mrs. Soseda, the project was highly organized, combined community educators, a real professional artist, and was very well done. This made a difference to the kids, and I believe it changed their lives by empowering them to have more freedom and not be afraid. I feel less worried about the students walking home now, knowing they have this knowledge. I would like to have this available every year. It was simply an honor. And from Mr. Yo, art is very special, but it's not something that our kids have had much exposure to. They realized how much people care about them, and this is very empowering. I've seen a difference in their behavior and towards learning. This opened their minds to what transportation is and what is life outside like. It made them start to ask questions about our community and the places they could go. We continued the conversation after this event to dream about their summer plans, which many students often reluctantly share they can't go anywhere because they don't have reliable transportation. We heard from the principal that 75% of the children at Phillips Elementary walk to school, and this is walking to school in an area without sidewalks. Now they have an affordable resource to allow their families to safely travel to many destinations, he continued. They're dreaming of all the places they can travel. This is giving them a sense that there are less limitations, and I believe they can visualize more opportunity. And this is the most important part, what the teacher said here. I think this may be one of the moments in their lives that they remember forever to help them create a future beyond what their parents provide now. The kids are proud about the art they created, and they realize they can make an impact. Who would have thought a relatively simple project could have generated so much? Conversation, dreams, art, wonder. And so, what an honor to work with each other, to work with all of you, to work with our wonderful mayor, and our entire Leadership Napa Valley class, and all the graduates and all the support we've had. Special thanks also to our family and our friends who've supported us every step of the way. We thank you from the top and from the bottom of our hearts.